Hey, folks, this is your host, Mike, from Verity Daily. I've been called a water boy. I've been called unhinged. I've been called a protester, among other things that I can't mention. But today we have this video. Now, on this video, it's an attorney, lawyer, and he is apparently walking. There's not really too much beforehand about what happened. Obviously, as we go through it, we'll see the context of why the officers are questioning this individual. Now, I'll give you a hint. This guy was not driving a vehicle, and we all know if you're pulled over in a vehicle by a cop, that it's a lawful procedure, right? You're in their realm, so you still have rights, but then again, you are disobeying a law, and that's why you're pulled over. Now, if you're walking down the street, or if you're standing on a corner, or if you're on your front porch or wherever, and a cop comes up to you and asks you for your ID, unless you have committed a crime or you're suspected of committing a crime, you ain't got to say jack nothing. Okay. So in this video, this guy schools these cops. Okay. And if you guys want to know the exact cases that justify you not talking to cops or what to say, there could be a lot of things. I mean, you're in a group of guys, you're standing in a corner just jawing, and the cops pull up to you and they want your IDs and they want to know where you live and you ain't got to say nothing. All you got to do is, am I free to go? That's all you have to do. I mean, if they take it further and they arrest you and all that, then you got a case. Obviously, you can take it further as far as lawsuits. But what you need, if you don't know these things, you might want to take notes on this video because this guy knows his stuff. And another thing, I grabbed this video and I tried to doctor it a little bit so it's more visible, but who's ever filming this, it's all over the place. So bear with it, but it's the context, it's the information that's most valuable. So I'll play this video. I hope you guys enjoy it, learn something, and I'll be right back.
Saying,
yep.
I'm just gonna.
Okay, I don't consent to any searches. I just want to make that clear.
I'm not gonna search you.
I don't consent to any seizures either.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold this so I can have a conversation with you.
Okay. What crime am I suspected of committing? And you just pointed that gun at me when it was loaded, just so you know. You twisted it, pointed it right at me. Like before you wrecked the slide, you pointed it right at my legs.
People are calling about a guy walking around with a gun, so.
Okay. That's not illegal. Can I have my gun back and get moving along?
Need your ID, and then we'll get you on your way.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Like I said, people are starting to call about a guy carrying a gun.
Yep, that's a report of illegal activity. What crime do you suspect me of committing? In order to stop me, you have to suspect me of a crime. Can you get your supervisor here?
He is on the way.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but like I said, people are concerned. It's a public safety issue. So I'm here to make sure everyone's all set. You make sure you're all set. Okay, so I just need to get your ID, and we'll call it good.
No, sir.
You're not going to give me your ID.
Unless you are issuing me a summons as 17A, 15A
I need to make sure
requires, then...
Can you let me speak for a second?
Yep.
I need to make sure you're not a felon to carry this.
Do you suspect me of being a felon?
I don't know you. So
okay, if you don't suspect me of being a felon, then I would like my gun back and I would like to proceed on my way.
In order to carry a gun, you're not allowed to be a felon.
Correct, but unless you suspect me of being a felon, there's no reason for you to stop me.
There is a reason to stop you.
Unless you suspect me of a crime, as Terry v. Ohio, Delaware v. Prowse requires you to have a suspicion of crime before you detain an individual. Brown v. Texas does not allow you to stop an individual and demand their ID.
Can I get your first name so I can speak to you on a person-to-person basis here?
No.
You're not going to give me your...
Nope, I'm not
going to be that type of guy when I'm trying to have a conversation.
I'm sorry, sir, but for my own protection, I would rather not give you anything because any name I give you is going to go in the police report about this incident.
There's going to be no police report.
There's a police log generated for every call.
This is called a pedestrian check.
Yep. And unless you have a reasonable suspicion that I'm committing a crime, you can't detain me. I have to be free to leave. It has to be a consensual encounter, sir.
Here's the deal, sir. You are walking down Congress Street carrying a gun.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that illegal?
It's a cause for concern.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
Sir.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime, yes or no?
Sir. I need...
Suspenders. Keep my pants up. Yeah, that's the buckle for the suspenders.
This is common practice, dude. Okay?
Yep. It's illegal, common practice.
It's not illegal. We see a guy walking down the street carrying a gun.
Yep.
Okay?
Is that the only reason why you stopped me?
Yes.
That I'm carrying a gun?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I want you to refer you to DeBerry v. U.S. DeBerry
Here's my
v.
supervisor. That's the one.
DeBerry v. U.S. says that a firearm, where legally carried, cannot be the only cause for reasonable suspicion for a stop.
Yep.
Am I free to go?
You are?
Okay. Can I have my gun back?
Sure.
Thank you.
There's really no explanation in this video. It's just excellent. And once the the sergeant, whoever that individual was to let him go. I watch a ton of these, right? I just can't for the life of me figure out why these guys aren't taught this, that you can't, he had a lawful right to carry a gun. Okay. And if he's not suspected from what the crime, the video that I had several months ago was the guy that was, the cops thought he had some kind of weapon in his back pocket, but it was his cane. You remember that? If you don't, I'll put it in the description or throw it in the end card or something. But, so I don't know what to say. It happens everywhere. I mean, I don't know if these guys, they just push them through school because there's not enough guys that want to be cops. Guys, I mean gals too, okay? So whatever it is, they're not schooled properly, because if a guy off the street is going to school them, one other thing, and I'll be done, is a lot of these videos you watch, these guys, they're looking for the video. They're looking to set these cops up, right? If you're walking down the street with your weapon exposed like that, it's not concealed. If you don't have the right license or permit to carry a weapon, and you're just carrying it out like that, you're asking for trouble. I mean, and apparently he knows his stuff. He's waiting for some stupid cops to question him, and then he can go through the whole regimen of answers to their questions. But hope you guys found value in this. I appreciate it coming back and watching another video. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye now.